Hi, my special group on Facebook. This is a weekend sort of conversation that I didn't want to leave unsaid. The process that we go through in life is really a process that is a responsibility. And I felt like I didn't want to wait until my kids had already grown up to hear some of the ideas and the inspirations that are all around them, and to not let it be just about that one graduation speech and not let it be just about that one inspiring mentor, because the truth is there's going to be mentors throughout their life, and there have been mentors throughout all of our lives, as leaders, as entrepreneurs, as any human being who's surviving in this world right now is taking lessons from someone around them, or teaching people beside them. And this idea around a conversation about inspiring forever and learning forever is something that I'm really passionate about. So I titled this Mind Hacking for the Next Generation of Leaders, because it's never too late nor too early to capture what thoughts mean and how powerful your mind is. There's so many amazing leaders and philosophers out there who are teaching us this. Amazing Wayne, Dr. Dyer, his whole message was to become of more light and become of service. And we are all of service. We aren't here to produce just money, or produce a family, or produce a job. We are not products of this society. We are here to contribute to society and to make this world a place that is your playground. And I want every young adult to understand that mastering their minds now will create an amazing future. It will create an abundant future. They can create anything they set their mind to. It's all within their destiny to do so. It was there when they were born. It was embedded into them, into their spirit when they were born, to have a philosophy, to have a path, to have a mission, to have a purpose so that they could serve. And I don't believe for a second that I want my children to end up just hearing one lecture at the end of high school, or one lecture at the end of college, or have that one coach that's the end all. It isn't. It's everyone that they touch, and it's all within them to be also leaders, and because people are going to follow them, and that the lessons never stop, and that we never become learners. We were constantly learning. So I really felt like I wanted to tell them that the moment you're born with purpose. And the idea in life and the stages that we go to means that we have to constantly take on our thoughts and develop strength, develop the power around re-engineering any negativity that's embedded there from any experience. All of your experiences are lessons. And if we only focus on the negative of that experience, we build what I call blocks, mind hacks, bullshit lines, bad paths, bad choices come from that. Nothing good comes from that. And it's our responsibility as adults, leaders, teachers, mentors, to teach them now that learn from your failure. Understand that the situations and choices that you made that you may not be proud of, or you may not be inspired by, are your lesson, are your golden nuggets to be able to dive into those and go deeper and understand, wait a minute, I may have fucked that up, but what can I learn from that taught me something of who I am? And maybe that lesson wasn't meant to be of anything negative, or to label you, or to tell you anything differently. Maybe that lesson was there to strengthen you so that you can go ahead and do your own mind hacking right then. You don't have to go through life and go in there and be a part of something that is a message of what I call blocks or mind hacks that hold you hostage to that experience. So if anything about mind hacking is the fact that we all have the capacity at any given moment to change over those mindsets and be able to find out what triggered the negativity in it and turn it around, because we have to constantly work on that. If we look at people with depression, if we look at people who have multiple failures in their life, or we look at people who have low worth, low self-esteem, low motivation, it's because they have these hidden thoughts, these hidden mind hacks that are weighing them down, that are causing them to hold hostage in that situation. We were never meant to be hostage to those experiences. We were only ever meant to learn from those experiences. We were meant to thrive, and we were meant to be all leaders of all aspects. And so you were born with the intention of the highest good. You were born, everybody's born with a capacity of purpose and the capacity of potential that's limitless. And the only reason that we feel we have any limits is because we self-imposed it. We imposed those thoughts from the moment we owned it. And it's our responsibility to re-engineer the thoughts so that we can overpower them. I think my dogs are going to bark in a minute, so hang on with that. It's not one person has the capacity to be more intellectually powerful, or one person that's more emotionally powerful, or more. All of these differences between comparisons are never meant to be one's worth more than the other. One has a higher standard than the other. What matters most is that it depends on the person to design how far they want to take their own potential. It's nobody else's responsibility but their own. So if we look at all the children in the world and all of the different learning styles and all of the different capacities that are out there for them to reach their own potential, it's their job to go out there and master their potential. They will learn from mentors. They will learn from leaders. And don't get me wrong, there will be people along the way that will put a label on them, that will put a message in them, and it will fucking stick. But it's their job to find out what stuck that didn't feel right, or what stuck that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be lower or beneath any of that. It's their job. It's that young adult. It's our job to re-engineer the negative mindsets and the thoughts that are holding us back. It's our job. It is always going to be an environment where we become sort of entrapped in what I call the mind hacks, where we will judge ourselves against someone else, or we will judge our younger self against our older self or our future self. But it's our job to re-engineer that information and to reach our highest potential. We were born with the highest intention of success. It's our job to always try to follow that path of purpose through leading, through re-engineering those negative mindsets, through going out there and constantly thriving to understand, why am I still driven? Why am I not happy? If you're unhappy with anything in your life, anything that's meant anything to you, it's your job to unveil what the mind hack is there, what the trigger is, why you feel less than, why are you comparing yourself, why you not feel good about something. It's your job to go deeper, to unravel it, to go deeper. It's work, but it's worth it because your potential is always sitting there waiting for you, and it's our job to go after it. So I want everybody to understand that we all have the brilliant minds. We all have everything that we need within us. We all have the same amount of capacity for achievement. We all have the same amount of capacity for wealth. We all have the same capacity for abundance. The only thing that's in our way is ourselves because of what we are thinking. The thoughts are holding us hostage. So it's a mind hack to get in there and re-engineer those thoughts. It's to dive in there and figure out, where did that go wrong, and reroute the information. So it's not about winning either. The message that I would love to teach our youth, it's not about winning. It's not about there's going to be someone who succeeds and someone who isn't. It's never about winning. It's all about your complete capacity of reaching your potential. Your potential, if it's your desire to go off after that, then it's only you that wants to worry about what your win looks like. It's not going to be about what anybody else considers that win what it looks like. We learn as young adults, we learn as young athletes that, when you finish that, over that line and you're the winner, you're second, or you're third, you got that label. And it's our job as teachers, as mentors, as counselors, as coaches, to let them know that potential that happened in that moment was just what happened in that moment. It's your job to get up and figure out what you want to do with it. It's our job as adults to go in there and look at our life at any given time and say, I'm not a winner, I'm not a loser, but where do I want to go? And what am I going to do to make that happen? The only one that can do that, can change it, can reroute that path is you. And the only one that can change that young person's path is them. And that we have to teach them that it's their tools, it's within their power to re-engineer their thinking, create their own path by re-engineering their thoughts, and go ahead and grabbing what it meant to fail at that test. Go ahead and grab, and what did it mean to not make it on the soccer team? What did it mean to not win that award? What did it mean to them? Because it was never meant to label them. It was meant to teach them something about themselves. So that's what we all have to understand, is that we have to go in there and be our own hero. There is no one out there that's going to be the hero for us. There's no one out there that's going to show us the right way. We are designed and all equipped to do that for ourselves. We are all designed to be amazing. We are all designed to be whatever potential that you want to go after and achieve. You have it. You already have it. It's powerful. It's real. It's not gifted to one person or another. It's there within everybody. All of the philosophers and the highest achievers in the world will also tell you they just kept going. They learned from their failures. They just kept pushing and finding and seeking. They let it be their responsibility to go after it. They didn't ask for handouts, and they made sure they made it their fucking mission to keep going. And that's what we want our kids to do. You make it your mission to keep going. That's what I want all the entrepreneurs and the future leaders to do, is to make it their mission to keep on going. I don't care if you're someone who's going to scoop ice cream for 10 years before you then all of a sudden you notice that the light in you is starting to move and is starting to tap on you, and you're deciding to let your ego step aside for a second and say, my heart is talking, and you're going to listen to it. And the only place that the ego has a way to support you is to go back in there and look at what it tried to hold you back with. Look at what it tried to hold you down with. How did it fucking tie you and leash you up? It's your job to go in there and figure out how to unleash it. So the last thing I want to say, and how to get out there and create and serve, is to go out there and teach our kids, teach ourselves that it's our responsibility. It may look like there's no turning it around, but there always is. There's always someone there that will help you. They will not solve it, but there's someone there that will help you. We want to teach our kids to always get up and reach for help when they are down, to know that there is always compassionate people that will lend a hand. They won't fix it, but they will take you and guide you and be a light for you for as long as they need you. But we don't want them to become dependent on knowing that there's someone that's going to fix it for them. They have the power to fix it for themselves. So that's just a little bit of thoughts I wanted to share. It's a little bit heavy, but it's a necessary intention to go out there and teach everyone that we know, and or if this message is for you, it's about knowing. Go ahead in there, re-engineer, become your own mind hacker. Go out there and become what it is that you find that you're still desiring to do, and understand that there was a purpose sort of born inside you from the moment you were seated on this earth through spirit, and that you continue to reach for that. There is no stopping it. You weren't meant to be unhappy. You weren't meant to always be overweight. You weren't meant to not have that job of your desire. You weren't meant to go after the dream. The dream is the seed, and that's the reason that we keep going after it. And our amazing youth are coming into this world to be our future. We have to tell them that it's there, it's in them. It wasn't allowed to someone else, or the genius wasn't allowed to just them or this select amount of people. It was absolutely meant for them to find their purpose, go after their dream, and go ahead and fail a few times. Go ahead and succeed a few times. You don't win or lose. You only discover your purpose, and then you serve. And then everything will fall into place. So everybody, have an amazing day. Namaste. Happy Saturday. And if you felt this video was supportive for you in any way, please share it. And go ahead and comment. If you need anything else, go ahead and ask for anything else that I can talk about for you. And if you're on this live, or if you're getting this via YouTube, please share it. and comment. Namaste. Love you all.